action. And yes, I am sitting in the rec room of my house because I can't go outside. It is absolutely atrocious outside. Right when you open up any doors in Southern California, you will smell fire and smoke, and it's just a little bit wild. But let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with the crypto markets. I'm going to talk to you about the importance of Bitcoin closing above $60,000 this week. And we're also going to talk about Circle because they made a pretty interesting move. If you don't know who Circle is, they are the providers of USDC, which I personally think will be the stablecoin of the United States of America. And then plus there's a couple other news stories we do have to discuss. But first, let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin. So we did see some volatility with Bitcoin earlier this week. And with that being said, Bitcoin did hit $60,000 last night, but we did have a close, or excuse me, we hit $60,000 last night, but we were starting to face a little bit of a pullback. Personally, for me, I would like to see us close above 59.7, okay? Close above 59.7 because that was a swing wick high of last week. And if we were able to actually close above that, above the 57,000, that $57,000 area of support, that would essentially and close at like 60,000. That would break the lower high on the weekly, which could really impact altcoins, which is good. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to start to see like a more, I don't want to say a more legitimate alt season, but just we'll want to see some of the larger cap stuff kind of pop off. That would be absolutely amazing because we've seen meme coin season. Again, I love meme coins. They've done well. Shout out to Kate, is making me some good money. Happy about that. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. But part of the reason why analysts are saying that Bitcoin is doing well is because of the ETF inflows. We had the largest ETF inflows since July 22nd, and it was approximately $263.1 million, which is good. That means people are buying the ETF. Bitcoin price is doing well. Part of the reason why people think Bitcoin price is doing well, again, is because of the Fed rates. People think they're going to start cutting rates, which is good for Americans to some extent, because the cost to borrow money is a little bit less. However, cost of goods and services are still pretty high. But with that being said, that's kind of what's going on. And again, if we're able to actually break out of those lower highs that we see on the weekly, we could see some positive price action happen for altcoins. Okay, that's what we want to see. Now, kind of going back to Circle. Let's talk about what Circle is doing. And again, this is important for those of you that are very anti-CBDC. So Circle moves global headquarters to New York World Trade Center ahead of planned IPO, which was filed on January of 2024. What does this mean? Well, I'm going to go ahead and kind of look at this from outside the box here. So Circle is a stablecoin provider. They have USDC. I've talked heavily about USDC being the CBDC of the United States of America for a very long time. It just seems like all the pieces are essentially coming together. The fact that Circle moved its global headquarters to New York was a very strategic move because we're talking about a global headquarter in crypto being moved to New York. New York is one of the hardest places to do anything crypto related. And most of you that live in New York, you guys know this. You're very limited to what you can trade, what cryptos you have access to. And that's not necessarily a good thing because there's other states that are a lot more crypto friendly. So the fact that Circle moved their headquarters to New York is telling me that they know something we don't. And then again, one of the Circle's investors is Coinbase, and as you guys know, Coinbase has Base, which is the layer 2 chain for Ethereum, and they're really kind of pushing people. And exchanges are also pushing people to not do P2P transactions from the crypto exchange, but from your own wallet. And to me, that's kind of interesting because why wouldn't it be better if you did those exchanges or if you did the P2P transactions on the actual exchange? So it could be better tracked. So my prediction is that USDC will be the CBDC. The crypto exchanges will eventually become banks that are left. Any activity is going to be moved on chain, so not on those exchanges. And depending on the current election outcomes, that is going to be pretty important to pay attention to because whoever becomes president is going to really dictate what's going to happen with crypto in the United States of America. And right now it's not looking super, super great, especially with the whole etoro thing that happened earlier this week. Remember, SEC went after etoro, said you're selling crypto assets secure, you're offering crypto asset securities. etoro says, no, we're not, but we're going to go ahead and just settle with you. We'll give you 1.5 million and we will scale back heavily on our crypto allotments, what we offerings to retail. So on eToro, you can only buy, sell, trade Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum. And I feel like some of the other exchanges are going to be following suit. Thank goodness Kraken is fighting for us. Well, fighting for them against the SEC, because they were going to go to a jury trial, which is good. I'm excited about that. But at the same time, too, it's a little bit worrisome. And I just think it's very bizarre that Circle decided to move their global headquarters to New York, which is the least crypto-friendly place ever. But again, New York is the financial capital of the world, people say. So that makes sense that they would move there if they're going to be complying and really, really working with the big dogs, with the big boys. And again, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. They're going to get that. That's just what I think, but what's going to happen. Also, too, a couple interesting stats with Gen Z. I didn't know that Gen Z was age 12 to 27, but they are. Shout out to Gen Z, to the Zoomers. But apparently 55% of Gen Z invest in crypto, and there's 27 million wallets that they're using, or 27 million active wallets that are being used for payment. So people are basically that generation, that group of Gen Z, they're using crypto for payments instead of traditional finance, which is awesome. So hopefully they will vote in a way that protects their bags. That's always important. And then another story, very interesting story. So apparently SBF is appealing the fraud case. It says he didn't get to fully defend himself. He's currently facing 25 years in prison. How do I feel about that? Let's talk about that. Should he appeal his case? Yeah, if you're getting in trouble for something, every American's right to be able to appeal a case. But the interesting thing about that is, I don't think, like when it comes to FTX, I do think that there's a lot more to the story that we do not know about. A lot more to the story that we don't know about. And I don't think he was fully responsible for everything. Did he make stupid choices? Yes. Was he in charge of the company? Yes. Should he have gotten in trouble? Yes. But at the same time, I feel like it's a lot bigger story and things happening that we're being led on to be. I don't have any additional information. It's just not checking out to me, in my personal opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see him fight and to see what's the outcome. And also, CZ is going to be let out, I think, next month, which is also known as October, and everybody is anticipating crypto to go absolutely crazy then. So that's exciting, super, super exciting. And I also think too, we're going to see the bull run really, really kick off in 2025, like after the election, depending on who becomes president. But I do think we will get a pro-crypto president. You guys know that I'm voting single issue this election, pro-crypto for me. And I'm thinking that we're going to see a really nice bull run, in my personal opinion. But at the same time, we have to prepare just in case we don't. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to get going for the day. It is Saturday. I've got some fun stuff planned this weekend. I hope you guys are having a good weekend too. And fingers crossed that we get that Bitcoin close at like $60,000 to break those lower highs on the weekly, and we see some nice price action. That'd be amazing. And also remember too, if you have not migrated your SQUIDGROW tokens, we're just doing one chain now, and then you also have to migrate your Polygon Matic tokens if you're holding that as well, because they had their same thing. So those are 2 coins. If you guys are holding, make sure you guys follow the steps and do that. Make sure the links are all legitimate. You have to double check that yourself. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm probably going to lay back in bed a little bit before I head out. Doing some thrift store shopping, might go to the beach, even though it's yucky outside. But I'll be streaming for you guys tomorrow. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts, all that stuff. And I'll catch you guys later.